Where's your baby? Whoa! Oh, you got more babies. Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and you know my not such a baby anymore Stella. Lou, she's being a little shy, but she just turned 2. And yeah, so we're in her nursery, and I just wanted to introduce the video with a grandioso flame tree, Dèlonix Regia. And I've got that little totem pole leaning up against the trunk. Let me knock it down, because he keeps falling. I have been moving this more frequently because the sun has been amazing. And these things really follow the sun. So anyways, I want it to get a little movement to it. You can't see it from this side, but it does come out to the left, and I want it to go back to the right. And I might throw some wire on it when it's long and crazy and develop it from there just as a fun experiment. But it hasn't lost its sway at the bottom trunk. There's some of that dead wood at the top of the trunk before you see that branch going to the left, but it matches the pot design. Actually, from this angle, this is the reverse. It's the reverse, but you know what I'm saying. That's actually the back of the tree. So what do you think, Stella? You want to get to show them the rest? So yes, Planter's Choice Bonsai Starter Kit. Let's go check out what I have for Dèlonix Regia and Blue Jacarandas. That's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. Alright, so y'all are used to hearing Carl down there in the chicken coop, but for Stella's 2nd birthday we added 4 goats out there. You see the playhouse, that's their night house. And if I remember, and it's not too long a video, I'll bring you down to meet the 2 sets of brother and sister. Stella loves them dearly. Anyways, from right to left, we have a Blue Jacaranda here that I chopped hard as an experiment. So you see, I can't do the zoom right now, y'all, but you see that chop line there, and it stayed nice and small, usually in a hanging pot indoors, except for in the summer. I've just put it outside. This is a flame tree, Dèlonix Regia. The same ones I sent out across the bonsai verse. And my broski Ian at Back Garden Bonsai, he has one the exact same, from the exact same seed set, grown from seed. I want to say they're about 4 years old now. He's got a great playlist on his, so Back Garden Bonsai, check his out. And this is my first ever bonsai here. This is the Blue Jacaranda. I forever called it a flame tree, and then I finally learned that the Jacaranda comes to a point at the end and has much finer needles because it grew in the flame tree section of my seed kit. And what did I know? And then the actual flame tree comes to a reverse, or it ends with a V, an inverse V. So pointy, Blue Jacaranda. Inverse V, flame tree. So just in case your seed kit is a little haywire, crazy, and not in the correct packs like mine was, now you know. Over here, what I'm going to start with, actually I'm not even going to prune this, I just wanted to show it off. So this is a forest of flame trees. The seeds were just in the soil. These seeds came from a tree in Florida from a broski, and they never germinated. Then about a year later, in some repurposed soil that I had an avocado from seed in, they popped up. So now I have a nice little canopy growing together with those gnarly little trunks in every direction. Beautiful canopy. They're loving the summer. And this avocado that I defoliated recently, you may have caught a video on it. That one's looking nice with its new growth. Loving the summer as well. This 3rd trunk, I don't know if it's dying off or hardening, I don't know, but it has not kicked off new growth since the defoliation. So if we lose one, we lose one. It was the 3rd to grow and doesn't really match the other 2, so I wouldn't be heartbroken if I had to prune that off. All right, let's get started. All right, y'all. So I'm just gonna go with, I guess, smallest to largest. So this is a blue jack. I'm just going to, let me just tell you, not only were all of you right, ha ha ha, when I had a toddler, just wait. You've already seen me have to move all of my trees indoors, either into the plant room that she can't get to or into hanging plants, hangers. But now the house is just completely chaos with her things. And just to find these pruners, they're only the correct pruners. I know they're they're actually for when I do large trees, not even bonsai at all, when I'm doing like ornamental pruning on clients' yards. But I could not find a pair of snips or scissors at all. I've got these and I've got these. So I'm just going to raise the canopy a bit on this. I really don't think I'm going to do much, but I've shown this in previous videos. Let me finish. Couple more low hangers. All right. Just want to raise it up to be able to see this trunk a little bit, because for the size tree it is, it's quite nice. I guess it's in a circular pot, but I guess if I had a front, it would either be there or something like that. So actually, no, I think there. And I'll clean up this area eventually, not in summer, probably this fall, late autumn, or over winter when I'm bored. And for that, I would just clean it up with something like this. And really be careful not to carve all the way in. So something I've showed in the past, I do a little nip the tip, and this was a tip from a fellow bonsai guy with experience, and he said rather than pruning it so often, because they do grow like crazy, just go to the new growth at the tip of each branch, and with your fingernail just pick it off. All right, so that actually can encourage some back budding on these, which is usually a goal. This one I wouldn't want to trunk chop ever again. I like this height, but it's a great technique to keep it shorter and get some back budding to be able to give it a nice big chop if you want a small one, because these do have big leaves, so it takes some time. Each one of these is a leaf. So I just pinched off those 2 branches. I have one more to go. I'm just taking the top, what's brand new coming up the middle, and the next 2 that are developing. So anyways, that'll keep the canopy low for this season. There won't be much more vertical growth. If anything, I don't know, it'll shoot some energy back into the trunk ending summer. But I think that looks nice. Yeah, this one I think is in the range of 3 to 4 years old. Maybe 5. I don't know, I'm getting old, folks. I can't remember years and things, but it's all good. Pretty tree. All right, let's grab the next one. Every time I stand up, the goats think, oh, he's gonna bring me food. These guys love food, and they love to be pet and attention, so I probably will do my extra. I'm sitting on a wet cushion. It's disgusting. I'll do my extra down by the goats. I probably won't tell Stella though, because it is raining and it's a whole song and dance. You gotta get like the tick spray on her and long pants. And she wants to go down the slide, because I did like a little playhouse down there that she's used in the past, and that's their little house. I just boarded in the windows for bear safety, and I'm just doing the same technique of raising the canopy. So the older leaves at the bottom, I'm just pruning off. We have the flame tree in front of us. I don't know if I gave it a spin because I'm always running my mouth. My broski at Boston Bonsai Idiot, he's always getting on me about my rambling. So I I forget what the hell I was talking about. But anyways, I started teaching for the Bonsai Bar, or bonsaibar.com, and we do Portulacaria afras. And it's a 2-hour class. They get like to repot and pot up a bonsai and root prune and learn about nabari and wiring and all that fun stuff. And then it's like one free tree for replacement and total technical support through Instagram, the Bonsai Bar. And they're in the Northeast United States, like all over the place, and spreading corporate events and a lot of breweries. I taught a class at Cross Culture Kombucha. That was cool. But currently I'm on the carnivore, so 0 sugar, so I could not enjoy the kombucha. But anyways. So, big announcement. We are having a baby boy in January, so we're really excited over here. So I'll be even less attentive to my trees, and I'll be using like a pole saw next time you see me to prune up, like the bonsai bloke using a chainsaw like a maniac. Alright, so there is some new growth coming out. I just cut off one branch by accident because I wasn't paying attention, but that's alright. Or not a branch, but a leaf, a developing leaf. So this one kind of has uneven growth now that I pruned off that. So I'm going to continue on with the low ones and get those out of there. And let's make this thing kick off some new growth. Why not do a little experiment, right? That's a newer branch. This one's older. It seems like this is all dead. Be careful not to cut into a branch unintentionally. You on the other side. Yeah, that's all dead. I'm not going to take it any further for the simple fact that same reason why I did it on the other one. I don't want to cut into, you know, live wood in the dead of summer when it's getting a lot of heat. But that's going to be a great height. It really is a nice thick trunk for the age that it is. So Ian at Back Garden Bonsai has his techniques, his different size pot. I think he grows his in a grow tent inside. So if you're a strictly indoor grower, definitely check out his channel. Little stone, little bunny on a raft, and some local rose quartz. I'm down. All right, last one, and always the star of the show, my original bonsai. Boom, boom, boom. Blue Jacaranda. Let me make sure I got the whole thing in here. So I still, even though it spends some of its days outdoors, I'm glad I got this really blue pot. I don't know how outdoor durable it is. I definitely wouldn't test it over winter. But anyways, the blue with this type of foliage, it seems tropical. It's from indigenous to, I don't know, I know at least Florida here. I want to say Madagascar, but I could be wrong. So you could fact check me if you know. So these are nice and healthy. So what I was observing before is I have, get some more of this. Some of the growth just kind of got burnt up. Either just because it's old, or maybe we caught a dry day or extreme heat day. I can't remember when I brought them outside, but there's always that chance that you burn up growth that budded out indoors and isn't used to that outdoor sun. Summer came pretty quickly here this year. I have some branches reaching through across, or I keep calling them branches, and that's because, you know, this would be a typical branch on a normal tree, but it's just a leaf on this. Like, look at the size of this one. That's so nice. And the blue jacaranda, I think, is more suited for bonsai, although the flame tree is beautiful. It has these tiny, tiny little leaves. And I imagine that you could try to keep them small when it's, you know, big and branchy and 30 years old, and have them come out just this small and that fine. I think that would be a good goal. I already noticed on the shorter one that I pruned the first tree, that those leaves come out much smaller. So, all right, that's that. So here I have one branch coming out this way, a little one below it that I'm also going to see if it develops, but one right here and here. And then there's this one, the dominant one, and that one splits into two. So I'm happy with that. So I'm going to do the pinching technique on these two, because that height seems to work with the height of the trunk and the pot width and depth and all that. But on this one, I only have a branch down here and this dominant branch here. Everything else is a leaf. So I think what I would like to do, maybe this is a branch. What I would like to do is actually prune this one and see if I could get some branching and some good growth on new branching. Like get two right around here, which is where it divides on this one. I get some of that symmetry, even though they'll never be the same. That's kind of how I want it. So I'm gonna go in between these. No, I'll go lower. No, I'll go lower. I'm gonna go right here between this top branch and this leaf here. Right. Boom, boom. I'm sure some could get that to propagate. I'm not going to. I have enough trees. I am so pleased with my collection, and I do not want another one as a gift. I don't want to grow another one. I'm just like ready to rock and roll on all the ones I've developed from seed, the very few that I have from Yamadori, and a couple from nursery stock. All right, see, that's still dead there. There's a little part I could clean up here. You know, I don't want to take this off because it'll go bare, but it doesn't really match the rest of the leaves. And that's the front. It's coming right at me. So I'm actually going to take it off. And that looks fine. What do you think? So I'll probably get some good action down here below. All right, so why don't we go down and I'll get us out of here with the goats. All right, y'all, so we have pumpkin takeover down here in the garden. Tons of these guys. For point of reference, getting pretty decent size. So another couple of months of growth gonna go on those. You see, they just have gone crazy. Middle is a strawberry patch, so that's just overgrown now because they're done early summer. And then far are butternut squash. They're coming in nicely, a little behind the pumpkins. And here we have our tomatoes in 5-gallon food grade safe buckets. All right. So then I built this with some pallets that I got free from a local solar company. Well, not so local, but it was worth the drive. I did like 4 or 5 trips and got these pallets. They are as uniform as pallets can be, and they're pressure treated. So here they are. They're eating some minerals. This is Peach. She's really skittish, and I just barely got her to let me pet her. Then there's the big dog. That's Snoop in the middle. He actually has an S on the other side of him. Next to him's his sister Marley, and next to her is Mario. And Snoop and Marley were born on 4/20, hence the names. These are the names that they came with, and we really like them because I absolutely love Mario Kart. So Peach and Mario is cool with me. They're brother and sister, and Snoop and Marley because of the green. So anyways, I had it nice aesthetically inside, but these little escape artists got ahead of where my mind was and somehow can squeeze through a couple of inches. So around the bottom we have temporary sheets until the people that we got the goats from are finishing selling their others, and they're going to, oh, these are Nigerian dwarf. They're like 3 months old now, so they're going to be getting rid of their fencing and house and all that. So this is temporary, this little playhouse. They love jumping up and going down the slide on this, and so does Stella. They can jump from the ground in through the window. They might follow us. Anyways, you see the playhouse. And I repurposed all these posts and stuff. Anyways, I made it the garden so I could just step in. So that's bear safe for now. Another little obstacle, fun thing for them. All right, Snoop. All right, y'all. So that's going to do it for today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you did, please like and subscribe. And plenty more to come from here. So, yeah. From my family to yours, cheers.